I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to Kingdom Story Company, you will be grabbing some tissues by the end of their films, and they have another one that is just phenomenal. Folks, let's jump into my review of the new film, Unsung Hero. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Unsung Hero, coming to theaters April 26th. This comes from the studio who brought you Jesus Revolution and I Can Only Imagine. And this is just another true story that will yank you at the feelings, brought to you by the good folks at Kingdom Story Company, along with King and Country Entertainment, which, if you know that name, yes, that is a Christian group, a Christian music group. And we'll get all into that, but I'm going to tell you right now, because I know the moment you hear Christian or religion, you start to build up these ideas and you think there's a narrative of some sorts being ran. That's not true at all. First of all, Kingdom Story Company has been putting out fantastic films, one after another. And with this one, and much like the previous ones, I think their whole goal is truly about community and really just putting good back into it. And they're telling these true stories that are inspiring, uplifting, just makes you want to go out there and make change to the world. And if it doesn't even motivate you at all to do anything, well, hell, you're still going to see a good film. And this is just another one, as it follows David Smallbone as he moves his family from Australia to the States, which is already such a, there's a lot of people who's scared to move from one state to the next. Well, imagine moving your entire family. That is 6 kids, a pregnant wife, from one country to the next, all on a prayer and a dream. Because the reason why he's doing this is because when he was in Australia, he was a concert promoter. He lost a ton of money. And with that, he couldn't land a job anywhere else. He's given an opportunity to go to America to pursue another job. That falls through. And so now he's left trying to keep it together and still really be supportive in the finances and just being the father figure, the man figure within his house. So David Smallbone is played by his son, Joel Smallbone, who Joel is a part of, as I mentioned, with this Christian rock group in King and Country. So listen, this is by all means not only a passion project for them, Joel and his Luke. They have the band for King and Country, where Joel is the writer, and stars as his dad. But this is truly a love letter to not only his father but his sister, because it is their parents' origin story, and it is the beginning of their sister's story, who goes off to be I gotta be honest, while this story is a lot about their parents and the family and what's happening with the family, it's truly about the sister becoming a star. Like, she's just always had, like, she had the talent. And when the film, you notice it pretty early, like, that Rebecca Jean Smallbone, she's not just blending in with the crowd here. And it is truly the story of Rebecca Jean Smallbone becoming Rebecca St. James, which is a name you may be more familiar with there. So with that, though, listen, there's a lot I want to talk about. This cast, from Daisy Betts to Kirley Berger, who plays Rebecca, where Daisy plays Helen, the mother. Lucas Black plays Jed. There's a lot of folks in this film, whether you know them or not, are talented. First of all, Lucas Black, who I've just been a fan of since Tokyo Drift. he has a lot of range in his acting, and I will be very honest and say that I have not given him more enough credit. Here's a fantastic performance by Lucas. Lucas is, shall I say, a member of the community, member of the church, that really helps this family get their legs under them as they get into America. They go from Australia to LA to Tennessee, and Tennessee is where they want to really, Nashville, where they really want to grow their roots here. And with all of this too, how did I mention too, their grandfather is played by Grandpa James by Terry O'Quinn, legend Terry O'Quinn, should I mention as well. But with that being said, listen, in this film, man, it's so much heart, because not only is it just a beautiful thing to see two sons come together, who are musicians and on tour, successful, doing a bunch of music and so on, take time out of that to make a story about their family. And they even discussed in the beginning of this film why they wanted to do it, because they said they was on tour there and they would always talk about their family story within their concerts, and folks were like, well, we'll just make a movie. And they said, okay, all right, well, we'll make a movie, and that's it. It is truly about the Smallbone family, but it is truly about Rebecca and just the coming out of her stardom. You know, Rebecca St. James, that's the name, you know, and Joel and Luke from of the band For King and Country. You know, again, they're Christian recorded artists. Rebecca's a Christian recorded artist, and so on. And again, I just want to preference that while you hear a lot about Christianity and so on, this is not a film that's going to beat you over the head with religion, trying to drive you to the church or make you tired or anything of that sort. No, it's just really just a good story that has good inspiration, good purpose, good, you know, when you're even talking about things such as like, when you're talking about like certain aspects of like miracles and faith, like all those things are certainly explored, because like the family is tested to the T, and it is about them keeping their faith, which is something that a lot of folks can relate to. Like, no matter how difficult times may be, you know, being able to stick to your faith or something that you believe in to get you through those hard times. They have all of those in this film, and I ain't going to lie, man. Listen, I choked up a couple of times in this film, because really seeing some of the best sides of humanity and people coming together and showing up for one another. I mean, that's all displayed in this film. The beautiful side of humanity is seeing people stick together through hard times, and they really put that on the plate for this. It's a good film. Another thing I want to mention too, with so many musicians involved, there's some good music, there's some good vocals, and I will say, the one thing that they did really good is making sure that Kiralee Berger as Rebecca, they isolate her talent. There's times where like people are kind of singing, harmonizing, and they focus on her vocals, so you could just really, not really see how talented of an artist she is, but truly understanding like how talented of a star they seem pretty early with Rebecca, and with the father who's trying to make ends meet, keep the family together, you know, not trying to lose faith, you know, understanding that their daughter, who was talented right under his nose the entire time, is a beautiful story in its own, but it definitely will have you a little stressed out. And then I got to talk about the mother, because listen, the one thing about Helen, and Daisy Betts, fantastic as Helen, is the mom is the anchor of this family. The mom keeps everybody glued together. There's a lot that involves with this move. And listen, we're talking about somebody who's moving 6 kids, one and another on the way as she's pregnant, moving them from one country to the next. And this involves understanding and overcoming the cultural challenges, the financial struggles, and navigating when you do not know where the finish line is at, you know, and that's that, because like with the husband losing a lot of money, $500,000, should I just add there too, and going to America for another job and then losing that, and now what, you know, understanding that Helen just again, only another display of just how strong women are, and as a mother of 6. A mother of one expecting, keeping the families together, keeping, you know, all the kids positive, going through the changes. It's really a lot. So with that being said, this is a very uplifting yet feel good story. One of the better films of this year. And if you're looking for something that's going to touch you in the feels, that's going to really send you back out into society once you're done and make you feel better, this is that. And then when you talk about the title, Unsung Hero, well, who is the hero in this? And I got to say, truly, the hero is everyone, because everybody comes together to play their part in the success of this family transition from Australia to America. The Smallbone family are all heroes, as well as the community that rallies around them. But ultimately, the Unsung Hero is a song that is played, the theme, again, brought to you by Joel and Luke of their band. It's a fantastic song. So they're just doubling down on the money here, getting the film and then getting the money. They're doubling down on all of their talents here. And while this was a passion project about their family, I would be very much on board to see if they do something else. So this was a good one. And then ultimately, as I started this, listen, folks, when it comes down to Kingdom Story Company, any film they put out, I'm on board for it. And also Lionsgate is here as the distributor. So let's see what they got next. This was another good outing after Jesus Revolution, and I can only imagine another one that is must watch with Unsung Hero. Check it out, folks. And once you check it out, let me know in the comments your thoughts about it once you do. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.